You can be aware without thoughts. Here's the proof. What if I told you that the voice in your head, the one that's always narrating, judging, and worrying, isn't actually you, and that the real you could experience the world with a sense of peace and clarity, completely free from that inner monologue? It might sound like a superpower, but what if I told you it's an experience you can have called pure awareness, and it's not something you have to achieve, but something you just have to recognize? In this video, we're not just going to talk about it. We're going to have a direct experience of it, not with abstract philosophy, but with a simple experiment you can do right here, right now. Stay with me, because what you're about to discover might just change how you relate to your own mind forever. Section 1. The Chatter and the Sky. Understanding awareness. Before we do the experiment, it helps to know what we're looking for. For most of us, our entire reality is filtered through a constant stream of thoughts. We wake up, and the inner narrator starts. Ugh, I'm tired. What do I have to do today? Did I email that person back? This internal chatter is so persistent that we just assume it is us. We believe we are our thoughts. But for thousands of years, contemplative traditions have pointed to a different reality using a powerful analogy. Your thoughts and feelings are like clouds passing through the sky. Sometimes the clouds are dark and stormy. Other times they're light and fluffy. But through it all, what remains constant? The sky. The sky is the space where the clouds appear and disappear. The idea is that you are not the clouds. You are the vast, open, silent sky. And this isn't just ancient poetry. Modern neuroscience is actually starting to map this out. Scientists have identified a brain network called the default mode network, DMN. The DMN is what's active when your mind is wandering, chewing on the past, worrying about the future, or thinking about yourself. In other words, when that inner narrator is at its loudest. It's the neural basis for what you might call the cloudy mind. But fascinating research on long-term meditators shows something remarkable. During deep meditation, activity in this default mode network significantly decreases. This doesn't mean the brain just turns off. Other networks, like those for attention, can stay active. This points to a state where you are present and aware, but not latched onto any particular thought or story. It's the experience of the sky without the clouds. What's more, some studies using fMRI and EEG scans on experienced meditators have documented unique neural signatures during these states, including shifts in brainwave patterns. For instance, some research has observed changes from the busy beta waves of active thinking toward calmer alpha and theta waves. Recent work on what scientists call mind blanking also suggests that the brain can enter a distinct state with little to no thought content. So when ancient texts describe a state of restful alertness or consciousness without an object, they are describing a real, measurable neurological state. It's a state where you aren't lost in thought, but are resting as the silent, aware presence that witnesses those thoughts. Now, let's stop talking about it and experience it for ourselves. Section 2. The Experiential Proof. A guided experiment in awareness. All right. This is where you get to prove it to yourself. You don't need a special posture, and you don't even have to close your eyes unless you want to. All you need to do is be open to noticing what's already here. Let's begin. Just for a moment, bring your attention to the sounds around you. Don't label them or judge them. Just listen. Maybe you hear a fan, a car in the distance, or your own breathing. Just let these sounds come and go. Notice how they just appear in your awareness, hang out for a moment, and then fade. You're not creating them. You're not controlling them. You are simply the awareness in which the sounds are happening. Now let's go a bit deeper. Can you notice the silence underneath or between the sounds? There's a background of stillness that all sound comes out of. See if you can sense that. It's not an absence of sound, but the presence of silence. You are aware of sounds, and you are aware of silence. Just notice this. The awareness itself is silent, still, and doesn't take any effort. Now, gently shift your attention from hearing to the sensations in your body. Maybe you can feel your body touching the chair or your feet on the floor. Feel the temperature of the air on your skin. You might notice a tingling in your hands or some tension in your shoulders. Whatever you feel, just let it be. You don't have to fix it. Just be aware of it. These sensations are appearing and disappearing in your awareness, just like the sounds were. You aren't the tension in your shoulder. You are the one who is aware of the tension in your shoulder. And now, for the most interesting part. Without looking for anything, just notice the next thought that pops into your mind. It could be a word, an image, a memory, or even a judgment like, "This is weird," or "Am I doing this right?" Whatever it is, just watch it. Watch it like you're watching a car drive down the street. It appears, it crosses your field of vision, and it moves on. You don't have to chase it. You don't have to analyze it. You just notice it's there, and then it's gone. Notice that you are the one who is aware of the thought. The thought is an object in your awareness. It is not what you are. There's the thought, and then there is the awareness of the thought. Can you feel that little bit of space between them? Let's try it again. Just wait for the next thought. There it is. Now ask yourself this simple question. Don't answer with a thought. Just ask and feel into the answer. The question is, am I aware right now? The answer is a simple, non-verbal, self-evident yes. In that very instant of recognition, you are resting as awareness itself. For a fleeting moment, you may have noticed a gap between thoughts, a moment of pure, silent, aware presence. That space, that silent, knowing presence that was aware of the sounds, the sensations, and even the thoughts, that is the experience of pure awareness. It has no qualities. It's not happy or sad. It's not young or old. It's just here. And it is always here, underneath the noise of the mind. That space you just touched, that's what we're talking about. That was the direct experience. Section 3, Living as Awareness, the implications and benefits. So, what's the big deal? You felt a brief moment of quiet. Why does this matter? It matters because that space you just touched is the source of real peace, clarity, and resilience. The suffering we experience, the anxiety, the stress, the insecurity, is not usually caused by the events in our lives. It's caused by our thoughts about those events. We get lost in the clouds and forget we are the sky. The goal isn't to stop thinking. That's impossible. And trying to do it just creates more struggle. The real path to freedom is much more subtle. It's about shifting where you place your identity. It's the simple but profound realization that you are not the voice in your head. You are the silent awareness that hears the voice. You are not the emotion. You are the space that holds the emotion. When you start to rest more as this awareness, you stop being a victim of your own mind. Thoughts can still come, but they lose their power over you. They lose their stickiness. An anxious thought pops up, and instead of becoming anxious, you can simply notice it. There's a thought about anxiety. You see it for what it is, a fleeting mental event, and it passes on its own. This creates an incredible sense of freedom. This is what ancient traditions called liberation, and what modern psychology calls emotional regulation or cognitive diffusion. By noticing this pure awareness, you are tapping into a part of you that is already whole, already peaceful, and untouched by the drama of your personal story. The benefits are deeply practical: reduced anxiety and stress. By unhooking from the default mode network's worry cycles, you let your nervous system settle into its natural state of balance. Increased focus and clarity. When you're not constantly sidetracked by mental chatter, your attention becomes more stable, and you can be more present in everything you do. Greater emotional resilience. You learn to let difficult emotions pass through you without resisting them or being completely overwhelmed by them. A profound sense of well-being. Ultimately, touching this space reveals a deep, quiet joy that doesn't depend on what's happening outside of you. It's the peace of your own being. This isn't about becoming passive. It's about engaging with life from a place of deep stability and wisdom, rather than from a place of constant reaction and fear. Conclusion. You don't need to meditate on a cushion for hours to access this. You've already shown yourself that it's here, right now. The practice is simply to remember to notice it. When you're washing the dishes, can you feel the warm water on your hands? When you're talking to someone, can you listen not just to their words, but to the silence between them? You don't need to achieve pure awareness. You just need to recognize it. It is your natural state. It is the ever-present foundation of who you are, patiently waiting just beneath the surface of your busy mind. The journey is a simple one, a returning again and again to the silent, spacious awareness that you fundamentally are. It is the most important discovery you can ever make. If this exploration resonated with you, consider subscribing and joining our community as we continue to journey into the nature of consciousness together. And if you'd like to go further, I have a longer 20-minute guided meditation that will take you deeper into this experience. You can watch that right here. Thank you for sharing your awareness with me today.